I listened to a lot of that 50 Cent, Eminem, Dr. Dre shit throughout my life,
Hmm.
especially M. Like there's a whole row above me of just his shit. And I get it. I probably spent too much time listening to his shit to the point where I finally was like when I want to start writing and taking the shit seriously, that it was just all the years of constantly forcing my ears to hear his shit. It kind of got into the music today without me even realizing it. I
Hmm.
get that, but now I'm finally like, all right, I got to separate that comparison, and that's kind of where the latest album. I hope people hear just me,
Yeah.
not somebody else. So
Because that last track we listened to, uh, it didn't sound like Eminem. You know,
yeah,
it sounded like John Anthony. So,
that's what I like to hear.
and even though like I got a homie that his name is Maniac, and this dude like when he's regularly talking, he sound like Eminem.
Yeah,
Like he from Louisiana,
yeah,
and when he
yeah,
raps, he sounds exactly like Eminem. Like it's really hard to tell at some points in his inflections in his voice.
yeah.
But who that's his fucking voice. Like what are you supposed to do to it? You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's another guy. I think I don't know if he might be. His name's Dennis. Have you ever heard of him?
hey, see, that's the thing. Maniac loves Dennis.
Yeah, and Dennis sounds identical too to
Yeah.
him. But the thing is, Dennis was one of the first people too that I started hearing back when I first came up because of, obviously I was a huge fan of M, and then I heard Dennis, and then I was like, oh wait, is this the same person? Oh no, it's not. And then I realized Dennis was huge at the time, like his shit was popping, and I was like, okay, well if he kind of sounds like M, but he's up here popping, then maybe I can keep going with this and nobody will realize or say shit. But
Yeah.
obviously it's not like that when you have a unique voice as his.
Right.
That's It makes sense, but
And a lot of white rappers get compared to him. It's almost unfair sometimes
it
when
is.
the artist ain't even sounding or trying to sound like him, you know? So, there's always going to be that aspect as well because M is
Yeah.
goaded and, anybody coming up that's a white rapper is going to be compared.
I hate that though
I know,
because
I do too.
it's like ridiculous because they're doing it so much to talent that is out there. And I'm not just speaking this on my part. I know there's a lot of people that had the same shit I went through, and it's like I get where you're coming from. Yes, we listened. Yes, we liked his shit. He was obviously one of the biggest inspirations, not only just to like artists like us, but like to music. Like, what did what I'm saying? And then, but I get it. But like, I also don't like how it's just for the white rappers who are out there,
Yeah,
you know. And
right.
even when you try and do something different, you just
And the
get shit
thing
on.
is
And the
like,
radio station, only one.
yeah, and the thing it is I think it's people who are, I don't want to say ignorant, but just unknowing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is ignorant, but still, I don't want to be so abrasive. Just unknowing that Hobson has been told himself by millions of people that he sounds like him. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, oh, you're trying to be like him. Well, that dude ain't white. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, it's just because you came up on that music. It's like trying to take somebody, put them in the South, and expect them not to get an accent. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna
Yep.
they're gonna start saying y'all and shit like that. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I think there's no issue to it. We have a bunch
Right.
of rappers today that sound like other rappers that are already out, and literally, I think there's people out there now that are fighting other people purposely.
Oh yeah,
So it's
that's
like,
happening.
and they're getting away with it like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you fucking blow up. You say one catchphrase, you blow up on Dr. Phil and become the next Cardi B. Shit like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But when you see a white rapper come in and he's spitting lyrical miracle shit like that, it's dope, it's talent, but they're not going to accept it because one white guy 20 something years ago did it, and no one else wants to see that shit because he was
I don't think
successful at
it's
it.
just that he was a white guy, but he's a white guy that fucking killed the game. Like he changed shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, he definitely.
the
Yeah.
landscape changed when M came on. Like I'm not even a fan of M. Like
Yeah.
I haven't listened to a lot of his shit. You're gonna hear M even if you don't listen to his shit. Let's just be honest. I could be 100% truthful when I say like, even though I don't like him, he's probably one of the best to ever do it.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't really fuck with his music, but you can't fucking deny that the dude can't. He fucking can rap. There's no
Right.
fucking doubt about it. And
Right.
he's smart as fuck too.
Yeah. People still, I mean, I'm not. I loved a lot of his old shit, and that's where my love is for him, is for the old shit. I don't. I mean, I care. I think he's dope now, but a lot of the old shit is where I go for. So